We are so sorry, chat. It looks like the original video had some audio issues occur as we were uploading. So, you guys will be watching the re edited version of our breakdown of the LR tag Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. So, enjoy. Big surprise, the first ever Saiyan Day LR is Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we will be breaking down the brand new Saiyan Day LR Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. In today's video, we will also take a look at the details, their animations, and break down their calculations and kits. So let's go ahead, let's dive on in and kick things off with those sweet animations. So we got them on Twitter here, so go ahead, adjust your headphones, do what you need to do, and let's go ahead and take a look. I'll go ahead and adjust the volume here for you guys. I love this. I love how their entrance animation starts with their fight. That's so cool.
Hang on, Vegeta! We don't have time for this right now! Fine, you win. Our battle is postponed.
Oh, nice. We got the big bang attack for what is this? This is the 12 key? Why is it doing it again? Oh, that's right. He's got an EX Super. That's what it is. Oh, I love that. Okay, so the Majin Vegeta side has an EX Super.
I'll stop you right here!
And now we tag into Goku. Okay. Oh, dude, I love that. Also, his 12 key is him threatening Supreme Kai. That's awesome. Oh, okay. And then Goku has the active skill here.
God! Let me show you what I'm truly capable of!
Alrighty, so pretty good animations. I do like their entrance animations and both their 12 and their 18 keys. Access skill is a little, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's not terrible either, but it still looks pretty good. So with that, let's go ahead and let's jump on over to the details, starting with the Majin Vegeta. So they lead Pure Saiyans, Corroded Body and Mind, or Gifted Warriors, key 3, HP 200%, and 174 for attack and defense, and then an additional 50% HP attack and defense for Majin Buu Saga and Uncontrollable Power. So, decent lead. I like that they lead Pure Saiyans, but it's a shame that their sub restriction is so heavy, right? Majin Buu Saga and Uncontrollable Power. It's gonna limit the Pure Saiyans that could be on their team. You still have some good options, but Definitely wish this was more like Bond Parent Child or something, right? Just something a little more open for the two of them. But either way, it works. They're still going to be on like the year 11 lead, so it's not terrible. So starting with Vegeta, we get Ki 3, attack 300%, and defense 200%, damage reduction rate 18%, and guards all attacks for his basic effects with 3 or more Ki spheres obtained, or when you have 3 extreme allies on the team, you get Ki 3, attack Ki 3 with at least 1 Ki sphere obtained. That's interesting. Oh, that's because of the 3 or more allies. That's why. Okay, got it. Okay, so Ki 3 with 1 Ki sphere obtained, attack 180%, and launches an additional super attack when attacking. Defense 180% and 18% damage reduction when receiving an attack. With 5 or more Ki spheres obtained or 4 extreme allies on the team, he gets Ki 3 with at least 1 Ki sphere obtained, damage reduction rate 18% when receiving an attack, and an additional defense 180% when receiving an attack once only. With 7 Ki spheres obtained or 5 extreme allies on the team, he gets Ki 5 with at least 1 Ki sphere obtained and an additional 18% damage reduction before attacking. When attacking with 100, he gets a 180% attack, and when attacking with 18 or more Ki, he gets 300% attack and chance for a critical hit 30%. He also gets an additional 200% defense when receiving an attack from an enemy who's hit by his super attack, and can exchange with Goku either turn 1 with a Majin Buu Saga ally attacking in the same turn, or starting from the 5th turn from his entry turn. So pretty good. His super attack effects, right? He is stacking, right? So he's regular stacking on his 18 and on his 12 Ki. If he gets his EX super, if he gets his EX super, which can be activated if it is the first attack of the turn, it is a super attack performed with 24 Ki. He has a 60% chance to proc it, and if he does proc it, where is it? I have it here somewhere, right? If he does proc it, it will greatly raise his attack defense and cause ultimate damage to all enemies. As you guys saw in the animations, it was an AoE. Gives him effective against all types and disables enemies' actions once within the turn. So that's really nice. I love AoEs that do that. That's so helpful in multi-enemy fights. So with that, let's take a look at the Goku. So the Goku gets Ki 3, attack and defense 250%, damage reduction rate 18%, chance of evading enemies attack 40%. With 4 more Ki spheres or 2 superclass allies, he gets Ki 3 with 1 Ki sphere obtained, 180% attack, launches an additional super attack when attacking. Defense 180% and evasion and damage reduction rate 35% when receiving an attack. With 6 Ki spheres or 3 super allies, he gets guard, Ki 3 with 1 Ki sphere obtained, and 180% attack when attacking. Chance of evading enemy's attack, additional 10% when receiving an attack with 6 or more, right? With 8 or more Ki spheres or 4 superclass allies, he gets Ki 3 with 1 Ki sphere obtained, 180% attack, chance for a critical hit 30%, all allies 20%, and an additional 30% attack and defense for characters who are also on Majin Buu Saga category. When he has 18 Ki or active skill, he gets 300% attack, as well as an additional 30% chance of performing a critical hit. Now, his active skill can be activated when there are 3 or more extreme allies or 3 or more super allies on the team, starting from the 4th turn. So it can be done right away or starting from the 4th turn. So that's really nice. Greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and all attacks become critical hits, and changes all Ki spheres to Fizz and N. Interesting choice. I almost wonder if that's because the 3rd years might be super easy Aing soon. This is an interesting choice. Anyways, moving on to his 18 and 12 Ki. 18 Ki greatly raises attack and defense and causes mega colossal damage to enemy while raising allies' defense for 3 turns. It's interesting. So is he still stacking on his 18 Ki here? It looks like he might be. I wonder, because that comma there. I think if it was stopped right here, it means he would. So I think this means he's just stacking for 3 turns. And then he just raises attack defense for 1 turn on his 12 Ki. So that's nice. Okay. Looking pretty good. So it does seem like Goku's sort of the evasion offense side with that big active skill. And then Vegeta is tanking the tanky side. Although it does seem like he gets some pretty decent offense looking at the stats there. Um, Not a fan of Vegeta not having a whole lot of crit on them. I do see that Goku would give crit on the active skill, which helps. He's got 30% crit, and then on if he gets the X Super, he gets effective against all types, which is nice. But as you guys have noticed, right, effective against all types just isn't enough to warrant no crit nowadays with how high boss damage reduction is. So definitely might be a crit build character, or at least characters with crit support, which, I mean, running on Deborah's team, that's going to be not a problem for him. There is some crit support on that team. I will say building them is kind of interesting to think about, right? So this is sort of my breakdown. Like, if you want to use this unit, right, you basically, it's the same as Gogeta and Frieza. You have to kind of consider how you want to build your team. If you're building your team more extreme, you're going to be using Majin Vegeta more likely. If you're building your team more super, you're going to be using Goku more likely, because, right, if you don't have, for the Vegeta side, right, if you have the extreme team, you don't have to worry about the key spheres. And since the only way to change key spheres is with Goku's active, you pretty much are reliant on your allies to do that. And then the same goes for Goku. On the Goku side, right, you want at least 4 super allies, and without that, you're reliant on the key spheres to utilize him to their full potential. So without orb changers, I'm not going to say they're going to struggle, but you're just not maximizing their potential. So you do want to make sure that you're just paying attention to how you build. Honestly, for Deborah's team, this isn't going to be an issue. The team will work fine for Deborah's. The character will work fine on Deborah's team. I think we're going to run issues is running a more super class variant of their team, or running them on the tag for his team, which would be their other major leader skill that they have. And that is just because, right, they do have to maintain that Busaka condition, right? So you have one of two choices. You either pair them together, or you run characters like, we go to Boo Saga here, right? You have which is not terrible. Like, it's not wrong to run these guys, right? You probably have to run this guy, or actually, no, they wouldn't be on their lead. So they would have to be on somebody else's lead with them. So you would have to pretty much run these guys, or, as we know, Majin Vegeta is actually getting an easy A. So he would be your other option here, to go with them. And honestly, that's not the worst thing ever, right? Especially because he covers that extreme side for them, and also shares 5 links with them. So, I mean, that's not terrible, but, otherwise you're stuck running these guys to maintain the Majin Buu Saga condition on whatever setup you decide you want to run for these guys, which, again, using the Spear Bomb is not the worst thing ever. But them having an active skill that changes key spheres is helpful for the Spirit Bomb if you are running that duo. So, I mean, there's options. I do think Deborah's team's probably going to be the better place for them. Funny enough, for a Saiyan Day LR. But nonetheless, they're still looking pretty good. Speaking of looking pretty good, we do have tentative calcs here. Now, do take these with a grain of salt. They are not perfect, but they are, just at a glance here. So shout out to Ori for putting these out. So we can see here with the Majin Vegeta, right, start of turn, right, you've got 276, right, with 3 orbs and 3 extreme allies, which would cover his defense. You get 7, and his damage reduction, right, you get 774%, and 774k. It's once receiving an attack. If you have 5 orbs, you're looking at, and that once only procs for your start of turn, you're jumping up to 1.2 million. After that, right, you're reliant on whatever you stack up. Now, if you do get your EX Super on that first turn, you're looking at a 1.2. If you get an additional Super, you're looking at a 2.2 mil with all of that damage reduction. And, like, if he gets all of his damage reduction, right, 18, 18, 18, right, it ends up being about 54% damage reduction, which is actually pretty good, all things considered. Now, after that EX Super on the next turn, you're looking at a 470 start of turn. And if you get 3 orbs that turn, you're looking at 1.3 mil. After your EX Super, 1.7. With the active skill, 1.9. Remember, because the reason the first turn's a little bit more is because of that once only proc that Vegeta has. So It just a little bit to help him out on that first turn, but then, as you can see, right after the first additional super, you're pretty much reaching reaching those levels. So it's honestly not that bad. Defense is pretty good with 54% damage reduction. Pretty good. Now, the Goku is interesting to me, right? Because Goku, obviously, his defenses are a little bit lower, but he's still got decent damage reduction, right? I think, like, if we look at him here, let's pull up the Goku side, right? We've got 18, 35. Is that it? Is it just that? 18 and 35? No, there's more than that in there. No, it's 18 and 35 here. So what is that? I'm gonna do the math here. 18 and 35. 53%. So it's around the same. It's not that much off from what he has. Although it does look yeah. So, I mean, just at a glance, Goku does seem to be a little bit weaker defensively based on the calcs here, which is fine. I mean, you would imagine he'll probably be fine after a bunch of turns of stacking for sure. But, right, looking here, post super turn 1, 1.8, post super turn 2, assuming Vegeta got an active skill, you're looking at 2.7. So a little bit better if Vegeta gets his EX super. But this also assumes you have all in the family and prepared for battle, which you're not going to have on an extreme team where you focus on Majin Vegeta. So this is assuming he is on a team where he has access to the superclass Goku's family characters who would give him all in the family. So yeah, I think Goku's going to be kind of rough, but then again, that's why he also has dodge in his kit, right? So I guess he's got that going for him. All right, so with that, right, we do know that there's also the banner unit Pui that's coming. We're not going to spend too much time on him, but just know that like he's a pretty good supporter unit. Looks like a great banner unit to fill out Deborah's team. So again, it really feels like they want you to push this character onto Deborah's team rather than their own, which is it's a really interesting choice for a Saiyan Day LR who leads Pure Saiyans, but is what it is, right? As far as what else is to come, right, we know we're getting Majin Vegeta, and then of course we know, right, there's possibly going to be a super easy A. We can't say for sure, right? These campaigns tend to be, Saiyan Day tends to be kind of small, but they might go big. If they do decide to super easy A, I wonder if they'll super easy A the year 3s here. It would be an interesting choice. It would make sense since they're going big for this Saiyan Day. And also, again, the thing that really strikes me as odd is these guys, like if they had just changed Fizz key shares, I wouldn't have thought anything of it. But this specifically changing to Fizz and Int, which are the typings for the right, the year 3s, right, Fizz and Int. So I just wonder if maybe they're setting them up for the future. We'll have to see. It is an interesting choice, but if they did Super EZA someone, there aren't many options for Majin Buu Saga that aren't already taken care of. But there is one option, right? The Super Saiyan 3 Goku here he is technically from the Janemba movie, but he is on Majin Buu Saga, so he's technically an option, unless they want to go with Gotenks here, but I doubt that. It is Saiyan Day after all, so they tend to focus on the pure Saiyans, so that's why I would, if they decided to super easy A, I would probably lean to him. I don't think they would touch, like Kid Buu or something. Well, Kid Buu's not even on the lead, so it wouldn't matter. But he is on Deborah's lead, so that would be helpful. But one thing they could do to help out both teams a little bit is sub-easy a few units, right? We still have this Fizz Deborah who needs sub-easy A, and this Gohan right here who could use a sub-easy A. So, I mean, it's not that it could help a lot if we ended up getting one, but we'll see what they decide to do. I'm not expecting either sub EZAs or super EZAs here. It would just be nice if they did, because it would help out the Buu Saga team a lot, because it really didn't get that much buffs since 2024, right? We got Vegeta last year, and that was pretty much it. So it definitely could use some buffs moving forward. So, guys, that is it for our video. That is our full breakdown of the new Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what you think. I think they're an amazing LR. I think they're great. I don't think most people should probably be jumping in on this banner unless you really want them. I know a lot of people are spent out from anniversary, so now's your time to recover. These guys will probably be back in October, maybe sooner with the schedule shift. Moving GDC to September. So we could see, a slight shift here. Who knows? Either way, if let us know in the comments down below what you guys think of this LR. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching and aloha.